So, like, everybody's got kind of a heat chip on their shoulder, if you will. And,
will you?
I won't.
You won't do that? That's okay.
Won't.
That's fine. I will. I'll do it for everybody.
I'm Joshua.
I'm Travis.
And I'm Phil.
This is a brand new show from us. It's a vidcast.
Yeah, we're calling it a vidcast. We're going to talk.
Short for video podcast.
Sure. I mean, does a podcast mean audio?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't know what it means.
But vidcast is what we're doing.
Vidcast, because this is a video.
So how this is going to work, we're going to talk about two topics.
Yeah, we're going to come at you with two completely different topics that are picked at random.
Yeah, random. It's random.
So I'm a little nervous about it, to be honest, because I don't know a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff.
We do have 8 options to choose from.
Yep.
The randomizer could pick any 8. How we're going to get new topics.
Any 2 out of the 8.
Any 2 out of the 8. How we're going to get new topics is, hopefully from you guys, there's going to be a link to our Patreon page where you could pick a topic.
Yeah, you can add a topic, any topic that you want us to talk about. More than happy to add it to the list. Obviously, please don't hurt us.
And with that, I think we're just going to get right into it.
Yeah, let's get a random topic. So,
random topic, go! And the first topic is
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. All right, so we were just in Las Vegas.
It's kind of a very, very good coincidence, to be honest.
You know, it was fresh on the mind. That's why we put it on the list.
That's why it's on the list.
Yeah, you know, I have a lot of feelings about that place.
Me
and
too.
they are conflicting.
Mm-hmm.
They are very conflicted.
Well, yeah.
So I will go last.
I mean, there's no going. It's a discussion.
Oh, we're just talking about it?
Yeah, that's how this works. We just talk.
Well, let's talk about our experience first.
Okay,
So we were in VidCon recently.
we were in VidCon.
And we decided, you know
Inside
what?
it, all up in VidCon.
Let's bail on these jokers and go to Vegas. And
That's exactly what happened.
I hadn't been to Vegas since I was a kid.
I had never been to Vegas.
I've been once.
Really. You've been as an adult.
Yes, I have been once.
The only Vegas I knew was the Vegas that existed inside of daycare centers.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's where I spent all my Vegas time as a child.
What was that?
All that preschool
Do they
gambling.
have Yeah, just slot machines inside. They have slot machines
like
everywhere.
No, they didn't. At least they did. They may now, but back then they didn't. It wouldn't surprise me now. But yeah, so this is my first experience with Vegas as an adult, and I will say that we weren't there very long. We were kind of in and out.
In and out.
Yeah,
They have one of those.
oh yeah. But yeah, it's a really fun vacationing spot combined with a really sad place.
It's saddest during the day, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Because the first time I went, I got there at night. I drove down the strip. I was like, oh, wow, this is cool. This is bright. It seems cheery. People are happy. People are happy because they're drunk, probably.
That's one of the reasons for sure.
Then I woke up the next morning, and it was a different scene entirely.
Yeah, kind of a ghost town.
It's sad. I mean, it's just sad.
Like it's really hot, so
Yeah.
like there's that. Which
So everything is all the smells are intensified. All the usual city smells, like garbage.
That's the worst part of the whole thing because everybody's sweaty.
Actually,
it's complicated because it's not that sweaty.
No,
Your
it's
sweat
dry.
evaporates before it can actually be wet.
Yeah, you have the heat misery.
Yeah.
Is what you have.
Yeah.
So like everybody's got kind of a heat chip on their shoulder, if you will, and
Will you?
I won't.
you won't do that. That's
I
okay.
won't.
That's fine. I will. I'll do it for everybody.
Thanks for carrying that.
Carrying the heat chip on the
Yeah.
shoulder.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like the atmosphere is not that of positive, like good vibes, happy feelings. Like there's a lot of people that have suffered considerable losses. There's a lot of people that are spending a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are
Trying
to have a family vacation for some
That's
reason in
strange.
Vegas,
That's the
which
worst
is weird.
part. Why would you take your family to like Sin City?
I don't.
And because like your kids are just like staring down at all the naked women on the little business cards, just laying everywhere,
And they're just
littered
like,
all
is
over
this
the
my
ground.
life?
And it's weird because so I'll go ahead and jump into it. I am torn between two things. I get that the lifestyles that are that are caused by, man, it's going to take me a minute to articulate this. If you are
Threading the needle here or what?
yeah, I don't want to offend anybody.
It's okay. Offend
You can
away.
offend someone. Sorry.
right.
Hashtag.
I hate
sorry.
people that are named James.
Well, they
Sorry.
do suck.
Why James crying?
They just got dunked on. That was a joke. That was. I don't even know anybody.
Most
named
Jameses
James.
are cool, but some James.
What
do
if they go
suck.
by Jimmy?
Ugh.
That is worse, right?
Makes them
like
sound shisty, like they live in Las Vegas.
What if their name is Jimmy James? I've heard of that.
Jimmy
Then their
James.
names is just James, right?
I don't like it.
I don't know.
I don't like it at all.
Isn't Jim is short for James,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Usually.
Yeah. No? Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so you have a city full of people that are conducive to a lifestyle that is mostly negative. There's a lot of gambling. There's a lot of drug
sounds
use.
fun.
There's a
That
lot
sounds
of
fun.
alcoholism.
That sounds pretty fun.
There's a lot of over-sexualization
Oh,
and
that
objectification
definitely
of
sounds
people. There are tons of these moral standpoint issues and hot-button topics that are all over the world today that are typically viewed as negative.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you are a typical person and you look at a restaurant that is solely proprietized upon sexualization of their female,
That's not why it's there.
well, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's not what it's there for.
It's
Like
definitely a big part of it.
it
Heart Attack Grill, looking at you.
was a fun experience, but it's easy for someone to think negatively about that.
Sure.
It's easy to think that is promoting a negative, storyline for people that are against that certain type. Of,
Also, just gonna say, our ideas are probably skewed on the moral side of that because of where we live. I feel like
yeah,
you get West Coast, it's a lot more freewheeling, you know?
but what I found was that the experience is as unlike anything else. They do a really good job of providing a really interesting and exciting experience all around. Whether it's looking at the water sculptures, whether it's looking at the showgirls, whether it's looking at a magic show, whether it's looking at some of the most
Who would go to a
interesting
magic
architecture.
show in Las Vegas?
Whatever. But where I'm torn, and the point that I want to make is there's nowhere else in the world where it's okay to do that. Like, there's no other place in the world like Las Vegas where everything is turned up to 11 to overstimulate your senses and take advantage of you because of it. Now, well, except for Disney World.
No. Like, New Orleans is a lot like that.
That's similar. Parts of New Orleans.
Yeah, but I'm talking specifically like, well, no, I get, yeah, it's definitely hand in hand, but there's no other like Vegas. Like Vegas is
Not a full city.
is the place you
yeah,
think
that's
of.
the height
of
of that.
It's
type
like
of thing.
the absolute height of excess.
Yeah.
Like, it's what you would think of, in my experience from being there, 90% of the people walking around the strip are from another country.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a
It
hugely
was
tourist.
really
yeah.
odd thing to think. And the first thing that went through my mind is all of these people think that this is America. Because this is
I
like,
don't know. I feel like you have to know
I'll be
that
honest
that's
though,
different.
even if they were 40% wrong, I'm not too ashamed for people to think that's America.
it's like grandiose, over exaggerated.
If someone comes
excess.
to Vegas and think, "Oh my gosh, all of America is like this," like,
There are tiny Eiffel Towers
Wow,
everywhere.
there are so many tiny Eiffel Towers. There are.
but the point that I want to make and why I'm torn between it is because this being the only place where this type of lifestyle is socially acceptable, that means that the people that want to live that type of lifestyle, the people that are interested in sexualization and gambling, all that kind of stuff, it's okay for them to live here. And there's nothing wrong. You can live the lifestyle that you want to live No one's telling you what you can and can't do. And this is the ultimate place for you, that person. So while I want to get hung up because, they're objectifying women at the sports bar, like, odds are, like, those women chose to move to Vegas to work in that type of establishment or pursue that career. And I don't think there's any like hidden agendas or anything like that. I think
it's out there. Yeah, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, you know what you're getting into, and you're being very well compensated.
I was going to say, and to be perfectly honest, they're probably making better money than we are because they chose that very strategically.
Yeah. So who's to say that just because my moral standpoint says that it's wrong is worse than somebody doing something because they want to and being fairly compensated for it? So like, at the end of the day, who's wrong? Me for being a jackass because I am trying to push my
it's usually you.
Conservative views, whatever. So I'm having a hard time articulating how I feel about Las Vegas because I had a lot of fun, and all of that stuff, all the the hyper sensitivity of
excess.
I love it. I love huge productions, and I love flashy lights, and I love loud music, and I love well-timed performances. And
I will say that
stuff.
city shuts down earlier than I thought it would. It does at a point start to shut down.
Yeah,
around three or so.
It was earlier than that.
I mean, like all the shows and stuff, like the street stuff shuts down like around 12.
Which is crazy to me. I would have thought that everything would have been 24 hours there.
I guess not.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But a lot of stuff is. There's more 24-hour stuff there than most cities.
There aren't shops that are 24 hours.
Yeah, and see, like, I would think that a great place to make a bunch of money would be to have a 24/7 place that's open.
Just as people walk.
I imagine there
drunk
were
folks.
A lot of those places. We were probably just in the wrong spot.
I know
or maybe they're the local joints or something like that because somebody's already thought of that, tried it, and it didn't work for sure.
That's true.
Maybe it's because drunk people at 3 don't buy stuff.
All the
you would
Walgreens
think
were
they
open.
would, though.
They probably just fall around and
those
knock
are the
stuff
nicest
over.
Walgreens and CVS's I've ever seen.
Yeah,
in
they
my
don't
life.
look like your normal Walgreens or CVS.
That was the single takeaway that I took from that place. Was
they were half liquor stores.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
but it's the kind of the same thing in New Orleans.
Yeah.
For some reason, those two places
New
make
York
a lot of
is the
sense
same.
together.
Mhm.
But like, there's nothing anywhere else I've ever seen that looks that excessive, like looks extravagant, like the Walgreens.
It's because there's so much money available in that city for them to do that kind of stuff.
And they're all competing on that level of flashiness.
true.
Like
Yeah.
once one place updates their sign to start blinking LEDs, the next person does just to keep up.
Yeah.
And then the first person says, "Oh, I can do better than that," and they add another one, and then it's just on. It's Tom and Jerry.
And,
Seriously, like escalation.
Or like Bugs and Daffy.
Sure.
And correct me if I'm wrong here, but
You're wrong.
Probably. Everybody's a little wrong all the time. But what
No problem, correct
what I
me.
noticed was the Strip, Fremont Street, all of those super touristy parts. It seems like that's where that's where the entire infrastructure of the city is, and I get that because that's probably the prime source of income for that city. But you skew yourself one block to either side of the Strip, and it's liquor stores, pawn shops, hobos, and escorts.
Yeah, it does go. It takes a dive pretty quick.
I mean, just immediately, and I didn't. There weren't a lot of signages or any promotion for institutionalized city, regulation of places to get help.
Is he saying words anymore?
I'm having a really hard time getting my point across. But like, obviously, gambling, and gambling addiction, and substance addiction are going to be huge problems in that city. And I didn't see any place that promotes, hey, get help here.
Well, I think unlike somewhere like there's a lot of those places here because we have the casinos down south.
Tunica.
Yeah.
You may have heard of it. You may
You
not.
may have
I
heard of
actually
it.
don't know. How big is Tunica?
I think it used to be a lot bigger than it is now.
Yeah, it's kind of running down.
But
there's a lot of those like if you have a gambling addiction, call it. But I think that realistically, Las Vegas, that's their money.
Yeah.
If they promoted somebody or, had any kind of stop gambling because it's an addiction, that's part of their business.
They don't do that out of the kindness of their hearts. Usually it's the government body saying, hey, if you're going to have this, you got to put this much money, just like tobacco companies.
Yeah.
They finance all of those quit smoking. What's the big youth backed non-smoking thing?
Truth.
That's like Philip Morris, I think.
Yeah.
So it's
no, and I totally get that, and I think that there's probably a very profitable opportunity for someone to come in with some sort of counseling or something like that in a place like Vegas, but it's going to get ran into the ground real quick because there's a lot more people with a lot more money than you that don't want you doing your thing. So that was kind of what I was more upset about. Was I couldn't imagine being a resident of Las Vegas.
I know I have a friend who lives there. I've never really talked to him about it. Just the day-to-day of what it's like there. I just can't imagine living there.
No. I would like to think that there's this whole separate city, like Orlando. You've got Disney, you've got Universal, but there's actually a whole city that nobody really knows about.
Well, we drove through a lot of Las Vegas, I feel like.
And I don't think
even the residential areas kind of seem sad.
Yeah.
Everything's just faded, like sun
bleached.
Yeah. Especially Gilligan's.
Gilligan's Hideaway.
Yeah, we found a local restaurant that we had to try out, and we were really nervous walking up to it. The reviews said,
it was fantastic.
Reviews are gonna say it's a lot better than it looks, and I take all that with a grain of salt. But when I got there, I'm like, I'm afraid that this is not going to be better than it looks.
We have a plane to catch. I hope I don't get sick.
But yeah, so I think the building for sure used to be like a strip joint or something. Yeah. No windows.
Big heavy metal door.
Yeah, it was
heavy
metal door. But yeah, we walk in, it was so dim. It was so dim.
You're so dim.
And it looked like out of the 50s, like a smoking lounge out of the 50s. There were the big round padded booths and stuff like that. Very dingy.
I think that in my head, isn't that the heyday of Las Vegas?
Yeah, for sure.
The 50s.
When everybody could smoke.
I bet Las Vegas of the 50s was a much bigger, better place.
It was more bustling.
I bet that the
less
outskirts
shopping
of Las Vegas were still better back in that time.
It's possible. You mean just because the money was fresh and
and
things were
more
new
spread
there?
out. Everybody had money that was living there, but over time, just the city has built up, and it's the stuff on the outskirts has had to push in. So it's there's just nothing on the outskirts.
And still, things kind of, even the hotels we were in, everything felt dated.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I realize that it's completely impossible to keep a city of that stature, of that magnitude, up to date. But when we were at the Rio, we went and saw Penn and Teller at the Rio. Mm-hmm. And Phil and I did. Josh didn't.
I didn't. I hate Penn and Teller. I hate magic. It's not real. Magic is not real.
He won't be tricked. But walking through that hotel, and that's one of the biggest hotel casino franchises in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It still felt like I was kind of stuck in the night.
They all have bad carpet.
It's bad carpet, really, really boring and flat colors on the walls, and then you've got it's that casino vibe. Has anyone made a nice, new, modern, interesting casino?
The SLS was nice when I stayed there last time I went to Vegas.
Did the casino feel new, though?
Yeah. It's modern? Pretty similar, but it did feel newer.
Maybe it's a casino.
It had a sheen to it. I bet everything just gets worn down so fast there.
I mean, that's where people sit and smoke and just gamble and drop drinks on the ground.
I didn't see a lot of people smoking.
Oh my gosh, I did.
I saw a lot of people smoking, but not nearly as much as I thought that would say.
I didn't. Occasionally I smelled smoke, but it wasn't
I didn't occasionally.
Smoker's Paradise.
The whole place.
Really?
Just. Well,
Do you have this hypersensitivity?
I'm really sensitive to smoke.
Usually I smell it very. I smell it 2 cars in front of me.
A mild smoking allergy has Phil.
All right, let's wrap up our Las Vegas discussion.
I can talk all day about smoking.
On one thing. Gambling.
Sure. Gambling. That's a great topic because I'm not very passionate about it at all.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Yeah, I don't. I spent some money in a slot machine. I didn't play any cards because that's terrifying.
Yeah,
for some reason.
I don't like to play the quick tables.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd like to sit down and play some poker. But like, I would much rather do that at the house with friends with chips and drinks and
it feels
$20 in the pot.
Yeah. $20 total?
No, like
No.
well,
Yeah.
you know.
That's good with me.
No,
But what
it's not
what
even
I'm
worth
afraid
it.
of is going to sit down in this really uncomfortable atmosphere with strangers and putting $500 down and getting the train ran on me.
Yeah.
The gambling train, that is.
Yeah.
Woot woot.
But
I've never, like, my whole stance on gambling is it's fun in small doses. Like,
It's nothing I would.
could spend $10.
I could never see myself getting like addicted to it or anything.
I don't
But,
like
like-
it enough. And their risk to reward, I can
Yeah.
make too much sense of.
Yeah,
I
it
can't
never pays off.
No.
I never get behind it, or I never get these, false hopes that I'm going to win it big or anything like that. I'm like, no, I'm going to lose my money for sure.
And I would much rather spend that money on a new Blu-ray or a PlayStation 4.
You did play those penny slots for hours.
You know how much money I spent on those?
$20? $10?
15.
15?
I
$15.
spent $20 and I left with $32.
I think I spent 40.
Dang.
That's the only time I've ever left ahead in a casino. Too,
I
was
lost
in
all
Vegas, so-
15 of my dollars on those penny slots.
One time my friend hit for a couple $100. He passed it all out and we all lost it. It was fun. It was a good time. It was a fun night.
Yeah, and I think there is fun in going to a casino with your pals and having a
There's
good
a
time.
rush. You get a little rush.
But
Yeah,
you've got to
it's fun.
commit. You know what? And call it stereotypical. Vegas is perfect for a bachelorette
yeah.
party.
That's very stereotypical.
But I mean,
It's exactly
true.
what you think it is.
I
You want to
mean-
go, you want to have fun, you want to get drunk, you want to live that
And
lifestyle,
then leave.
and then leave.
Yeah, I mean, and it's kind of, I mean, that's the whole, it's the perfect example, or it's kind of the epitome of the ideal last hurrah. You know, you go and go get drunk, drive
Everything
around in a
is-
limousine,
everything is
find some
lavish.
hookers.
Affordable enough, and literally, like, it's some of the best architecture and some of the
Yeah, it
most
really is,
luxurious
like-
stuff that you can see in America. Because
It's based on
look at the Bellagio.
other countries.
you know, we're sitting on a square foot of tile that cost $1,000.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just excessively luxurious because it's taking advantage of many, 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 many people. But there's nowhere else you could go to enjoy it as affordably. If we tried to go, to a really nice place in Spain, we'd never get through the door. But you can walk, you can go in to Vegas and live that lifestyle a little
And your
bit.
shorts and your t-shirt.
That's
Yeah.
true. Your Hawaiian shirt with
So-
your 6 kids.
Yeah, I think it's a cool place to go and experience and see the nicer things that you may not be able to experience as a normal person.
Yeah, and it is one of a kind.
Yeah.
It's super approachable.
Sure.
However, if you get stuck there, you're gonna die sad and alone.
All right, and that's a good place to wrap that topic. That was Las Vegas, and let's go topic 2.
Topic number 2.
Random.
Pizza.
You try.
I like
Travis,
pizza.
You didn't.
You didn't pizza with us.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Pizza.
Pizza.
Okay.
No.
Oh man, I have so many opinions about pizza.
All
I
right,
have one
listen.
opinion
first
about
of all-
pizza.
Uh-huh.
Let's on 3
Uh-huh.
each say our favorite type of pizza.
Whoa, that's too vague.
3, pepperoni.
That's not.
That's
a
not
type
what I
of
meant.
pizza.
Like, like deep dish, New York, Chicago, Sicilian pizza.
You gotta be specific.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know. That's why I said.
Because when I say I want this type of pizza, I say I want a pepperoni pizza. I don't say I want a thin crust.
No, I'm the same. I like pepperoni pizza is my favorite pizza. Spoiler alert.
it's not my favorite.
Really?
Nope.
Oh, well,
Well,
it
it's
doesn't
okay.
matter then.
You don't always have to be right.
I'm always right though.
I don't know about that.
All right, so in that case, our favorite crust.
Yeah. Favorite crust.
Style
sugar
of
crust.
pizza.
All right, in 3, 2, 1, New York.
New York.
Chicago.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I like the casserole style.
I don't like that.
Hashtag kick fell off.
Yeah, that's not pizza, right?
Pizza casserole.
Casserole.
Yeah, it's not pizza.
I'm
pie.
alright with that. It's a pie. Yeah, pie. There you go.
It's a bread pie.
I'm alright with
It's
that.
a baked loaf of bread with some sausage cheese.
We
on
have
it.
a place here in Memphis or south of Memphis that apparently has
It's
kind of
pretty
authentic
Yeah,
Chicago.
pretty close.
They don't do the sauce on top. That's the main difference.
And
as far as I
there's
can
a
tell.
few different types. There's in Chicago you'll find
Yeah.
variants of that. There are a few different types of Chicago pizza.
And I don't like it. It's too much cheese. It's like choky to me.
When I
it's
think
like-
pizza, that's not what I think.
No, that's
I like
like-
it, but it's not what I want when I say I want pizza.
It's my favorite. But having said that it's my favorite, it's kind of one of those indulgences that it's like I can't feasibly do it but like once a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once you have one big slice of
Yeah.
that cake, that pizza cake,
Pizza cake.
that's all you want. You're
that's
not
all
going
you
back
can
for
do.
You
more.
can't, and I'll tell you why. I'll break it down. This
I
is
just
why
ate
I
a
don't
pound
like
of cheese.
it. Because one, it's not approachable. Like you can't just go get one yourself. It's too expensive, and
Oh
there's too
yeah,
much.
it's like $30.
So
a group of people.
you've got to talk, 3 or 4 people into going in to have it, which is kind of hard. 2, it's terribly bad for you, but it's not good enough
to make it
to
worth
be
it.
worth how bad it is for you.
I would agree.
And 3, as we've discussed, pepperoni, my favorite type of pizza. The thing that I love most about pepperoni is
crisp.
when it gets fried and the oils go to the outside of the pepperoni.
Curls up.
It curls
you
up.
You get a bowl of
That
pepperoni
and that
oil.
brings out the pepperoni flavor. What doesn't bring out the pepperoni flavor is when you put it inside of cheese and it just gets warm. Mm-hmm. It just becomes like this really awful texture, and you don't get the full flavor of the pepperoni.
I wouldn't say it's bad. I would say it's not as good. Though.
It's not nearly as good.
Yeah. But you could also make a pizza where you had pepperoni in it and on top of it.
I've done that.
Yeah,
I
that's
made
a
one
good
recently, actually.
Really? So yeah. What's your favorite Chicago style pizza, Phil? I guess just toppings.
Any day now.
Just toppings?
Yeah.
I'd say sausage is my favorite topping to have on
What kind
pizza.
of sausage? Like sliced Italian sausage?
sausage.
Or crumbled?
Crumbles.
Okay.
I don't like sausage normally. I will tear up an all meat pizza that has sausage on it. But also Wise Guys, which is a place here, they put like chunks of like long sausage, like smoked sausage, and
smoked sausage?
I don't like that.
That's why that's a loaded question, because from Wise Guys I would prefer to have straight cheese.
Wow, that's so much cheese. It's already
not enough
cheese.
flavor in there for
yeah.
me.
It's good to me.
And I've
It's
always felt
not
like
enough sauce,
it
and
needs
the sauce
sauce.
is where the flavor is.
Yeah, that's what I need
It's
more
too much
of.
cheese. They're using a cheap cheese, and then it's just bread.
I mean, if you're using a whole bag of cheese on a pizza, you gotta kind of cut some corners.
I get that. I get it, but it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't like
that's
it.
why the juice isn't worth the squeeze to me.
I had some really good pizza the other day
Where from?
at Rock and Dough.
Oh
You
man,
ever been there?
Yeah, I've been to their food truck.
Yeah, I went.
I don't think I've had.
I was waiting on
anything better.
my iPhone screen to get fixed, and so I went over to get some food. It was really good.
Yeah, it's brick oven.
Yeah,
Pizza.
it was New York-ish style. Had a nice crispy crust on the outside.
Yep.
Oh man, it was.
They
delicious.
have some of the best ingredients in town. Like,
Yeah, they apparently all their stuff is local
Super good.
and
They have
and made by them on a
weird
lot of-
hours though.
like the food truck or
Both. Well, the food truck is just wherever the food truck is. But that store, that location that you went to, I guess, Ridgeway?
yeah, I would guess Poplar? No,
Yeah, Poplar and
yeah.
Ridgeway.
Yeah.
P.F. Chang's.
Sure.
All that kind of
Right
stuff
there
on
by Panera Bread.
And Amerigo. And
Sure.
Happy Mexican, where we got super drunk that one time with Caleb.
I don't remember that.
They have weird, they have split hours, like sushi hours.
Yeah.
Sushi hours.
I hate that.
Like they close for lunch or something?
They close in between lunch and dinner,
Yeah.
or something weird like that. I'm probably
They
wrong.
had a got to get up to get down on tap, which was nice and cold.
That's a local Memphis brew.
Wiseacre?
Wiseacre.
I had some Tiny Bomb last night.
Fantastic coffee stout.
Yeah.
Tiny Bomb and Gotta Get Up to Get Down are two of my favorite beers.
I have those in the fridge right now.
We've had people say that they would like us to do alcoholic beverage reviews.
You'll have to tune into Dudes in Space After Dark.
If there is literally like a giant surge of people who want that, let us know.
Yeah,
And
I mean, I'm not against it. I mean,
we
I
can
don't
do it
think
responsibly.
I don't think we promote anything.
Little funneling never hurt somebody.
Shotgun and
Shotgun
beers.
challenge, man. Let's do it.
So we're reviewing Coors Light and Bud
Natural
Light.
Light.
Keystone.
Oh,
Natural
God.
Light.
211,
Well,
Steel
natty.
Reserve, baby.
Natty.
Some
College beer, PBR.
I had friends that all they drank in, I guess that was high school when they
Natural
were drinking
Light.
that, was Natty Light.
Boo!
Whoa.
You know what I can't stand is PBR.
Yeah.
All right, we're off topic.
Yeah,
off
we're going back to
Pizza.
pizza. This is
Beer and pizza.
They do go together.
If you want to hear us talk about beer, you can submit the topic at
That's true.
patreon.com/dudesinSpace.
That is true.
Just a little teaser for you.
I mean, to be honest, pizza and beer go together.
Oh, they do, absolutely. We've been talking way too long about your stupid, nasty Chicago deep dish crap pizza. We need to talk about some New York pizza. You know where I had the best New York pizza?
Where?
In New York.
It was in New York!
Yeah.
You remember when we went to New York and
they
then got
didn't have
pizza
pizza?
in
Lake Erie,
what state was that even?
Pennsylvania.
I guess it was Pennsylvania.
It was it was a calzone is what I
Yeah,
got.
me
And
too.
they
That's
called
what I
it
got. A
something
muffaletta?
a stuffy. They called it a
stuffy.
stuffy.
It seemed like an Ohio establishment. Like it was right on that line between Ohio.
Yeah, I think
and
it was
Pennsylvania.
in Ohio.
Was it?
I had pizza in Ohio, actually.
Really? Oh yeah, because you went to Ohio
Yeah.
Ohio proper.
Oh,
Ohio proper.
Ohio proper.
How did my New York City story get shunned by Phil's Ohio story?
Because we went from New York to Pennsylvania to Ohio.
Yeah, we literally we
went
wrote
right
it
to the
down.
bottom.
I'll make it real quick.
Right
I went
to
to
the
New
bottom.
York City. I got a slice of pepperoni pizza from the side of the street. It was from Ben's Pizza, which is famous from
world famous Ben's Pizza.
Louis C.K. The show Louis.
I don't know.
It's where in the intro you'll see Louis eating a slice of pizza. Same place. I paid like $1.50 for the slice.
Sweet.
It was like that big.
I do hear the
and it
pizza
was
prices.
amazing.
Is it cheap because they just have so much of it?
It's
Is it
quantity.
just-
It's
yeah.
a quantity thing. Like I'm sure the ingredients or whatever, they're the same ingredients as ever, but there's just tenure in how long they've been established.
They know how to
really
do
have
it.
they've really got their game down. They really have good quality
See,
preparation.
like what, $1.50 for a slice?
Mm-hmm.
The other day, I was looking at prices at like Memphis Pizza Cafe, which is right next to the
$95.
house.
It's like-
It's like
three.
$3. It's literally twice that. It's like $3 for a slice.
Well, there are a lot
And you
of
might
these.
as well buy a whole pizza because
Yeah.
for like the 10-inch
Yeah.
pizza, the person
I
pays,
always
like
just buy a whole pizza.
$11.
There's no reason to get a slice of pizza.
Yeah, there's not, because Aldo's does the same thing.
Yeah, but Aldo's is kind of pizza on a different level. That's like artisanal pizza.
Get,
At
like
the end of the day,
your
it's pizza.
California pizza,
Pizza.
kitchen. Get that out of here.
It's still
Nobody
pizza.
wants arugula on their
It's
pizza.
definitely more approachable than that.
Get your spinach off my pizza.
I will say Aldo's is by far the best pizza in Memphis. Or best pizza joint. You
Is
can
that the one
probably get
that's
a
downtown?
slice. Yeah, it's downtown.
Went to for your birthday, but I was on a diet and I couldn't eat pizza.
That's the one.
I should go.
We
on a
need
diet.
to. Yeah, I do too. I'm working on it.
Remember when you started watching this channel and I was kind of thin?
No.
Turns out we take more than just one bite.
Yeah.
One bite for the heck of it.
All right. So
2 bites for the.
What's your
taste.
best slice of pizza?
the best thing I've ever had.
Yeah.
Is
That's
that St.
tough.
Louis pizza with the cheese whiz on it?
Oh man, that was fun.
I do like that pizza. I would.
That
It's
breakfast
different.
pizza that they have.
We looked it up and we
was
had
the
some.
bomb.
We had some info on it. I can't remember.
The type of cheese. It's like a
Yeah.
Velveeta-ish cheese.
Yeah.
It's a
It's like a weird
processed,
processed
cheese.
cheese.
It's really creamy.
And it's not bad. It's really like,
Imo's is the name of the place.
the
Check it out.
first two.
call
Like
it
you have
Imo's.
2 slices of pizza, it's good. If you have more than 2, like it starts to kind of build up on your teeth. You kind of get that weird feeling of processed cheese. in
Yeah,
your
that
mouth.
beautiful
Delicious.
goodness.
Yeah, just so
Yeah.
creamy.
Maybe what it is because they serve it super hot.
Oh yeah.
And
Is
then once
as
it starts to
cools?
cool down, like
Yeah,
it
it
just
becomes
kind of
the
gets a little
gelatinous.
cloy. Yeah.
possible.
What I like about New York style pizza though is that
The foldability.
It's not necessarily,
like to
although
eat
I
things
do.
in sandwiches.
I do
love
like
the
to-
paper plate underneath it.
I like the leatheriness of the crust, kind of.
Yeah, the crust
yeah,
is the best part.
And it's only like 4 ingredients, 3 sometimes.
Yeah, it's and I think a lot of it has to do with the water.
Yeah.
Because their bagels are
They do
supposed to be
say
the best
they
bagels
do
in the
say
world.
it's New York
But
water.
all New York breads just have that really good chew.
Yeah.
That chewy texture that's not too...
I've gotten close at my house. I've gotten into pizza baking hardcore. I actually, the other night...
Do you import some New York water to try and make a New York pizza?
I started the channel.
Oh!
I registered the name. I need 100 subscribers before
You can, get your...
get my, own
URL.
thing. But it's going to be called I Make Pizza.
Nice!
No one has... Don't do it. But subscribe to I Make Pizza. See if you can find it.
Nice. Yeah, I'll try. I hope that you'll have me on that channel sometime.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'll
Definitely.
offer an opinion.
I need somebody to hold a camera.
Oh man, you know what?
camera.
I'm gonna Josh will be like, hey, can you come over and try some pizzas for me? I just want you to let me know how they smell.
This is not a taste test, it's a smell test this week. But yeah, I did the whole thing. I got like a 1/2-inch sheet of steel to put in my oven so it transfers heat faster. I've gotten pretty close
You've got that
to
full
my ideal
pizza paddle.
pizza. I would
can
like it
verify.
to be a little crispy though.
Verify!
Crispier. Thank you.
Yeah, Josh has made some good pizzas.
But
was
it's a work in
insane.
progress.
Yeah, I think that you got something.
I've got
there.
the chew, but I don't have the
Have you got the swallow,
fluff, the
though?
lightness on the outer rim is
Yeah.
what I'm missing, and I think that's
You're gonna
because I
have to go
don't.
hotter.
I think it's yeast. Is the yeast I'm doing is the problem,
Could be
or
the water,
the
too.
process. I feel like I need a live yeast to do it right,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know where to get that here in Memphis.
No, there's some baking shops and stuff. you
yeah,
can get
and
from.
might give me a culture. Give me some culture. I need some culture.
Let me scrape something out of that little bucket there.
Apparently, you can just put flour and water in a bowl and just let it do its work.
You know,
But
I've been thinking about getting into beer brewing.
yeah,
Beer and pizza.
okay, yeah.
I've been thinking
we'll have
about
a-
getting into competitive eating and drinking.
We'll have a...
Just competitive drinking
Have
is
6 different
alcoholism.
channels. You'll
I would
have a
think-
pizza channel. I'll have a beer channel. You'll have your beer and pizza
I've
channel.
been thinking about getting into alcoholism. Yeah.
Alcoholism.
Oh, you guys,
Competitive
look,
drinking.
I love cooking. It's a passion of mine. So I'm.
I don't like cooking, but I love eating.
I love pizza.
Beer, I have to say, beer
Hey.
is an interesting...
Save it for the Patreon,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
But anything other notes on pizza?
No, I would love to encourage some comments in the or some
Yeah.
discussions
Yeah.
in the
I would
comment
love to
section
have a
below, 'cause
discussion about...
I like talking about pizza, and I love hearing other people's opinions on it. So tell us about the best pizza you've ever had, the best pizza experience.
Yeah.
I think I have some good pizza stories that we didn't even really get to talk about.
Yeah.
Like the
this
Big
is-
Mama.
The Big Mama.
Yeah.
Oh, at Lonnie Taint's?
Yeah.
Oh, Lonnie Taint.
Lonnie Town.
Oh, it's Tants.
You know, maybe one day we'll do a pizza tour of Memphis.
Maybe so.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
It's a short one, but that'd
I
be
mean,
worthwhile.
not something that Memphis is really known
No.
for.
No.
Not like a hot wing or
What, we're going to hit Domino's, Pizza Hut,
hot wing tour.
going to hit Little Caesars,
Little
Yeah,
Caesars.
we do have a Papa John's or two around
Oh
here.
yeah, oh yeah. But
Papa
we'll-
Murphy's.
Oh
we got
yeah.
that- Oh man, but that's a cop out.
We've eaten a lot of quick, casual, fast food, take home, whatever, delivery pizza crap on this channel
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
We've not really touched on any proper
Real pizza.
pizza.
All right, I think that wraps up those
That
two
does it.
topics. That was
guess
a pretty
so.
good discussion. If you want to see us talk more, we like to talk. We
Give
do.
us something to talk about.
And also,
Give me something to talk
Yeah,
about.
yeah. Bonnie Raitt, everybody.
if you want to see us talk more, we also do a monthly podcast.
We do.
For our Patreon subscribers. You can check that out on patreon.com/dudesinSpace, where you can also submit ideas for this new show. We want to know if you like this show. We've heard people say that they want us to do more, personality discussion type stuff. So
Yeah.
here it is.
It's a great opportunity for you to get to know us. Obviously, we're still going to love to talk to you in the comments below, but feel free to be involved as you'd like to be with this type of show, because we want to talk to you.
And I don't get to talk very often on our show, so this is my chance to actually just talk. When we're doing food reviews, I just want to eat.
If you don't want to hear Phil talk, Let us know.
Yeah.
No, don't let us know that you don't want me to.
Just say it.
No hashtag kick Phil off.
Hashtag kick Phil off.
Hashtag keep Phil on.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, so that's going to do it.
Sure.
You guys come back for the next show. We'll see you in the future.
Bye. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. New videos come out on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Check out some of these sweet videos. Go to patreon.com/dudesinSpace if you'd like to give us your support.